Welcome to the session. So today I am here to discuss about double linked list. So till now we have discussed about what is a single linked list and what are the applications of single linked list. So right now we are going to discuss about double linked list. So before going to discuss about double linked list, first we need to identify what are the drawbacks in a single linked list. Then we will go for what is a double linked list and how the drawback is overcome. Okay. So the first thing is a single linked list is like this. A single linked list is like this. So this is the starting node. So each and every node consists of two fields. One field is data, another one field is address. Data, address. Data, when the last node pointing to null, it specifies end of the list. It specifies end of the list. So here by using single linked list, you can travel in a linked list only one direction. Only one direction. That is mean to say what is called only forward travels are only allowed. There is no mean of backward travels, sir. There is no mean of backward travels, sir. So when we are implementing backward travels also, that is called double linked list. So here each and every time we are pointing to only one address. So based on the address we are pointing to or we are navigating to address of the next node. So when we are going to backward, means we need to implement one more pointer. So that's why here this is a one link, this is another link. So this is called double linked list. Means each and every node having one data and two address pointers. One is for pointing to forward direction, another one is pointing to backward direction. So by using the backward direction pointer, we can travel in a backward direction also. That's why in the double linked list, two type way of travels. One is forward travels, another one is backward travels. So this is not possible in single linked list. This is the drawback. The drawback can be overcome with double linked list. So first we go for what are the advantages of linked list. So right now what are the advantages of linked list we have discussed over by comparing with arrays. The advantages of linked list comparing with arrays. So this is already discussed when we are introduced linked list concept. Okay, but one more time we are reminding this concept. So the first thing is dynamic data structure. Right now we have a full length of concept of single linked list. That's why I am discussing again this concept. Okay, so the first advantage is dynamic data structure. So what is the mean of dynamic data structure? Means we can declare or we can store as many number of elements you want to, you can insert it. There is no fixed limit in the linked list. Whenever you want to insert a element, simply create a node and add the node to the single linked list. Like that, as many number of nodes you want, you can insert there. There is no particular limit. But each and every time we are creating the node at runtime, that's why this is called dynamic data structure. So here the same thing we are explaining here. Whenever we want to increase the linked list, means as many number of elements you want to insert, you can insert it. Or you want to delete the elements, you can delete it. And in case of deletion also, effective deletion. The memory can be reused. That is very, very important. The next point is same thing, insertion and deletion. So by comparatively arrays, insertion always done at last position element only. Means what is the element we are inserted, the next position only you can insert it. But in case of linked list, 4 type of insertions are possible. You can insert at starting position, or ending position, or at given position before the node, or after the node also. In case of deletion also, you can delete at beginning, delete at end, and delete at given position also. So like that, this is very flexible. Where you want to delete, you can delete there. Where you want to insert, you can insert there. That is the flexibility. And no memory wastage. No memory wastage. What is the concept of memory wastage? Generally in an array, when you are declaring an array A of 10, so each and every time you need to pass 10 elements. But in general, sometimes you are passing 3 elements, sometimes you are passing 6 elements, like that. So in that case, the remaining element space is wasted. The remaining element space is wasted. But in the linked list, we are not waste a single byte of memory also. What is the amount of memory is required? We are allocating that amount of memory at runtime, and we are adding the node to the linked list. So there is no wastage. Next, in the implementation point of view also, each and every data structure, generally linear data structure, stack, queues, these 2 data structures you can implement with linked list also. Many data structure, not only stack and queue, by using graph data structure, non-linear data structures category, graphs, trees, these are also can be implemented with linked list. So while simulating other data structures also, linked list plays a prominent role. That is a very beautiful advantage with linked list. Next, we will go to discuss about disadvantages. Disadvantages also comparing with arrays. First thing, memory usage. So in an array, whenever you want to store say 3 elements, 3 to 5 like that. So for one particular integer 2 bytes of memory is used. So 2 bytes, 2 bytes, 2 bytes, totally 6 bytes of memory is enough. But the same requirement whenever you want to implement with linked list, the same kind of requirement whenever you want to implement with linked list. So for each and every node, 2 bytes, 2 bytes, 4 bytes, 2 bytes, 2 bytes, 4 bytes. So 3 into 4, 12 bytes, 12 bytes plus 2, 14 bytes of memory is required. 14 bytes of memory is required. Why this much of amount of memory is increases comparatively array? Means here data is there. In addition to that, each and every node consists of address of the next node. So each and every node, one extra space address. By using that address only, we are navigating into the next node. So that is the meaning of wastage, memory usage. So that is, more memory is required to store the elements in the linked list comparatively array. So why? Linked list, each and every node contains a pointer. The pointer requires extra memory. The pointer requires extra memory. The next thing is traversal. Means elements or nodes or travels difficult in the linked list. Why? Because here array refers to direct addressing mode. Suppose I want this node, I want this element address, say 0, 1, 2. This is A is an array. Directly you can access A of 2. Directly you are getting 5 as an element. Without going to 0th index, without going to first index, directly you can access this element. With the same kind of operation, without accessing 3, without accessing 2, you can access 5 in the linked list? No, it is not possible. Why? Because when you are going to 3, then only you are accessing this address. By using this address only, you are going to this node. Then you are again accessing the data and you are getting some address. By using this address only, you are going to this node. That's why linked list is called as indirect addressing mode. Indirect addressing mode. That's why here we are called as traverser is somewhat difficult. Why? Because linked list follows indirect addressing mode. And reverse traversing. Reverse traversing means recently I told in a single linked list only you can travel in a forward direction only. Whenever you want to travel in the backward direction, it is not possible. That's why we are going to learn about double linked list. In the double linked list specialty is you can travel in the forward direction or backward direction also. So these are the disadvantages of double linked list. The next, how a double linked list is look like. So recently in the previous discussion also I told, so a double linked list consists of means the node structure is previous node address, data, next node address. So this is a pointer, this is also a pointer, this is the only required data item. So by using the next node address, we are moving into the next node. By using the previous node address, we can get previous data also. Previous data also means from this node to this node also you can move. We can travel. That is the benefit. That's why here what is the extra thing added to single linked list is generally we are practiced well in the single linked list. In the single linked list, this part is there. Data, address of the next node. Only the one additional thing added in the double linked list is previous node address. By using previous node address only, we are moving in the backward direction. So that's why double linked list contains an extra pointer typically called as previous pointer. Means each and every node consists of 3 different fields. So previous node address, so here the first node, there is no previous node here, that's why here it contains null. Next node address, here the previous node address, here this is an element, here this is the next node address, this is the previous node address. So again it is consists of null. So this is the way to construct double linked list. So one more example I will show. So this is the example. So in this example, I already told in the previous example. So the first node before node, nothing. That's why it stores null. So this is data, address of the next node. By using this node, we are navigating to this node. Here the previous node address is there. We want to move in this direction, you can go in this direction. Suppose you want memory locations, I will show you that also. So 1000, say 2030. So this is the 2030 node address. Here 1000 address is there. So 1000 address is the previous node address. Just I am assuming address 3020. This is 3020. So here 2030 address is also there. Here 2030 address also there. So that kind of additional benefit with the double linked list. So how to create a node structure for this? How to create a node structure for this? So struct dnode. Dnode means double linked list node. So in the double linked list node, so we know that one data element. So data. So one data element is there. In addition to that, struct dnode star. So previous, comma, next. This is obviously, that is called start. Start pointing to starting node address. So what is the node structure? Is previous node address, the next one is data, and the next one is address of the next node. Address of the next node. So this is the way to create a node structure in double linked list. So struct dnode star star is used for starting node address. Next, what are the different kinds of operations which we can perform on double linked list? What are the operations which you can perform on single linked list? All the operations you can perform in the double linked list also. So traversing, here two type of traversers are there. One is forward traverser, another one is backward traverser. One is forward traverser, another one is backward traverser. This is the only extra thing here you are getting. In case of searching a value, you can search an element here also. Inserting again you can perform in 4 different ways. Deletion also you can perform 3 different ways. So in the next case, what are the 4 different kinds of insert operations here? So insert at beginning, insert at end, insert at given position after the node, before the node. So right now we want to see how to write a code for this. First, how to create a node. So in case of creation, so struct dnode star. Why? Because this is the return pointer. So struct dnode star create. So for the create function, so while coming to the create function, so struct dnode star create. So here we need to pass some element. So I am passing, say, int element. Okay. Struct dnode star create int element. So whenever I want to create a node, first I need to create a temporary pointer. So struct dnode star set t. T is equal to struct dnode star malloc size of struct dnode, then t of data is equal to element, and next t of previous and t of next is equal to null, and at last we have written t. This is the creation of node. This is I already explained while single linked list concept. At the time of single linked list concept, I already delivered this code. So the same code, struct dnode star t, at the time the node having only 2 bytes. In the 2 bytes, it stores null, means it's an address. So whenever we are allocating the memory kind of struct dnode type, so it contains 3 different fields, means 2 bytes, 2 bytes, 2 bytes. 6 bytes of memory is allocated at runtime, say some 3020 as a address. So once we are allocating the memory to that node, we are initializing the values in the particular node. Means here we want to store element, here we want to store null. So we are returning this address 3020. What kind of address it is? Struct dnode star type of address it is. That's why we are writing return type is struct dnode star. Next, at the beginning function. So whenever we want to insert a node at the beginning position, how to write a code for this? So void insert at beginning. For this we need to pass some argument that is element. So here generic case is common. What is the generic case? Whenever the linked list is empty. Okay. So first struct denote star some t. So here if start is equal to null, start equal to null means what? Initially linked list is empty, so we are calling create node function. We are calling create node function. Previously I explained create function. So create function for creating a node. So create, I am passing this element. So this function creates a node and it returns a node address. So directly I am storing that node address. Actually the node address is in T. Just I am assigning that value into start. When the linked list is empty. Suppose the linked list is not empty, means else. What we have to do? What we have to do means that we need to change some pointers. What are the pointers? Say for example 2030. So here some 5 is an element. Null. Say here 3020. Say this is 6. Say this is null. Here the return pointer address say 2030. So here 5010 is a newly created node. Newly created node. In that suppose I want to insert 7 element as a starting position. Means here. What are the major adjustments I want to do? First think like a single linked list. So in a single linked list, what is the first operation? 2030 is copied into here. This is the first operation. Second operation, this one is copied into here. This is the second operation. So these two things are common from single linked list. What is the additional we are getting here is the previous node. So here this, when we are inserting this node, this is the first node. So the first node previous field is null only. So we cannot change anything. But here the null we have to change. So what is the location or what is the address here is this address is copied into here. That is the thought. When we are written these three statements, it is worked. So what we have to do? First operation. So this address is copied into here. So this is the address is in already T. So that T of next is equal to start. Once again I am repeating T of next. So the T having 5010, T of next equal to 2030. 2030 is nothing but start. After that, start is equal to T. Start is equal to T. This is the second. What is the third one we have to do? What is the third one we have to do? What is the third one is? In the third case, means here we want to change the previous node address. So at this time start having 5010. 5010. So what I have to do? T of next. T of next means 5010 of next. Some address is there. Address is this. Of previous is equal to T. T of next 2030. 2030 of previous. This location. This location contains T. So like that you can write a code for insert at beginning function. We can write the code for insert at beginning function. So next we go for insert at end function. We go for insert at end function. Say in case of insert at end, void insert at end. Again we need to pass some element as an argument. So whenever you want to create a new node, definitely you need a pointer. So we need to store the address of that, means newly created node address. So for that I am calling create function. Again the first case is common. If start equal to null. Again if start equal to null, what I have to do? The first node is the last node, or last node becomes first node. So start is equal to t. This does not change. In the else case, change. So we need to find last node address. We need to find last node address. So for finding the last node address, I need some extra pointer. So struct denote star t1. Struct denote star t1. So here I am copying first starting node address. t1 is equal to start. I am copying the starting node address. I need to travel and I need to get the last node address. How to find out the last node address? Where the last node next field consists of null, it specifies the end of the list. So that's why while t1 of next not equal to null, up to that case just t1 is equal to t1 of next. t1 is equal to t1 of next. So when I got the last node address, just for mapping, just I am taking some example, say 5, say that is 6. So currently I want to insert some node, that is 7, like this. So whenever you want to add this node to here, okay, first here it consists null. So right now the address pointed by this one. So this is the first operation you have to do. So at present the last node address is in T1. Last node address is in T1. What I have to do? You have to do is T1 of next is equal to T. This is the one operation already comes from the single linked list. This is the operation already comes from the single linked list. So the same operation here also you have to do. In addition to that, we need to update previous node address also. In addition to that, we need to update previous node address also. So what is the previous node? So the newly inserted node previous node address is the last node address. Means newly inserted node means T of previous is equal to T1. So close. This is insert at end function. This is inserted end function. So in the today's class, we have discussed the first thing is advantages of linked list, advantages, summary I am written. So advantages of single linked list by comparatively arrays we have discussed, and the second one is disadvantages of single linked list, that is also again compared with arrays. Third one, we are introduced double linked list. In the double linked list, insert operation. In the insert operation, how to insert at beginning and how to insert at end. These two things are discussed in this session. Once again I am summarizing. First, advantages of single linked list comparatively arrays, that is discussed. Disadvantages of single linked list, that is also compared with arrays we discussed. So the next, double linked list. In the double linked list we have discussed the operations. In the operations, insert operation category, we have discussed two different kinds of insert operations. One is deleted beginning and another one is deleted end. So in the next section, we are completing or we want to discuss insert at given position before the node and after the node and remaining kind of operations. Thank you.